Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, to make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icons to miss any of my future videos. In front of us we have the Sony ICF-P20. It's a Japanese import AM FM portable radio. I bought this radio for $12 from eBay and I was pretty happy to get it. You guys know I'm a Sony fanboy. I love my Sony radios, and to get this radio, AM FM, analog, gotta love it. I was pretty happy. It's got a cool color scheme. I'm really digging it. So let's go over dimensions real quick. We have, with these wheels here, 2 3/4 of an inch across, 4 5/8 of an inch tall, and a case depth of 1 1/8 of an inch. Loose size comparison, we have CC pocket here, give you an idea. And right away, I bet you guys are thinking, this P20 looks very similar to another radio. And I'll show you that radio. That's the Sony. This is the S10 MK2. This was the US variant. And you can see they're very similar. They're actually identical. You just have different dials and different frequency ranges there. If you notice the FM, it's expanded in this radio, and we'll talk about that. There you go. It's pretty much the same radio, just a little different color. Okay, and then we have the invincible Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He can do it like no one can. Yes, keeping radios fun all day long. So yeah, it's a pack of cards, gives you an idea for size. There you are. Okay, so let's talk about features of the Sony ICF-P20. Very similar to the other radio I just showed you, the S10 MK2. You got your antenna on the left here, which just pivots up and extends out to 17 inches. You have this long carry wrist strap, which is nice. Fold this back down into position. Up here we have our volume on-off wheel. We have an earphone jack for single ear only. Okay, on the front of the radio, we have Sony in this like silver background. I really like this. When I received my radio, this was very scratched up and real hazy, so it took a little bit of time, but this came out really nice. The particular plastic's easy to polish, and I got this right here, Mother's California Gold Brazilian Carnauba Cleaner Wax for cars. And it's really easy going on the finish, so it's a nice wax to try to clean up your dial covers. If the plastics are soft enough, they'll take the polish really nice. Sometimes these can be too soft, so you gotta be careful. And sometimes their older plastics are more brittle and harder density, and a lot of times the scratches won't come out. So your mileage may vary, but I've had great luck with this one. It's the only one I've been using, but there are other plastic polishers out there. But I thought I'd mention that to you real quick. So yeah, front of the dial, you can see the indicator is like yellow. We've got the mile number there. Looks like we have a log scale, which is kind of holographic. I think that's kind of neat how that changes color there with the light. And of course, you got channel indicators. Says TV sound 1, 2, and 3, probably because of our FM scale here in the Japanese expanded 76 to 108. Then we have AM 530 to 1600 kilohertz. Right here we have a tuning indicator, and I'm sure that those characters say tune. We have FM AM in purple writing, FM AM 2-band radio. Down here we have a 2-inch speaker behind a plastic speaker grill, which I like. Very durable, should last a long time. The bottom's nice and flat, so it will stand. Right hand side of the radio we have a band select switch, AM and FM. Pretty simple. We'll leave it in FM to do a audio check. Tuning wheel. It's actually kind of hard to tune getting on station because this FM band starts right about there. So you give up a little bit of real estate here in the US up to about that point. So tuning those stations, it takes a little bit of patience, but I was able to get quite a few, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So yeah, that's the tuning wheel. Just take your time when you're tuning FM. AM's a bit easier, of course. Back of the radio, we have some information here. It says Sony. You'll see some Japanese characters there. It does say made in China. This particular one has a captured battery door with a little ribbon, which I thought was neat. So I thought, oh, that's a good idea to keep it from losing. We got 2 AA batteries. You can see the orientation. The top battery, the positive is to the left, and the bottom battery, the positive is to the right. Okay, it gives you an idea of how that's set up. Okay, now I like how that's captured. The Sony, the other one I showed you, doesn't have a captured door like that. Don't know if that ribbon fell off or never had one to begin with. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about FM reception, then we'll do a little audio test with this. You get an idea what it sounds like, and then we'll cruise the AM band tonight. So The FM reception report. Now, when I do my FM reception reports, the reason why I do it, number one, is because I can't go through the FM band. YouTube's very crazy about 1 or 2 seconds worth of music, and they will give you a copyright strike, or less, like, more likely give you just a demonetized flag, meaning you can't monetize your videos. Just little things like that. But I tend to just stay away from music to avoid any trouble, because sometimes you'll play a song and you can't show your video in certain countries. So that's another one too you got to watch for. So that's why I talk about the FM, and we do like an audio test with my transmitter. I'll show it to you in a moment. So I do it on a 5-star basis. So we have the lowest is fair, second is okay, third is good, 4 is very good, and 5 is excellent. On average, most radios fall in between the middle, 2.5 stars, which is okay to good, and that's where this radio falls into. It found 48 stations, and that's very typical of most of my analog radios. So this is a great performer on the FM band. Even with that smaller, tighter window there to tune with, I was still able to get those 48 stations. So yeah, solid FM analog performer. Pretty happy to see that. The FM selectivity was good, okay to good also. So I give 2 ratings. FM sensitivity was okay to good, and the FM selectivity was okay to good. So yeah, it could find the stations. It just took a little bit of patience, but you're able to get them. You may have to change the position of the radio a little bit to get those fainter stations, but you will be able to get them, which I like. So that's that. And so let's go ahead and turn this on and see if we can turn the radio to todderbert. And what I use for that, you guys can see here, is the C Crane FM transmitter 2. Just knocking some things around. Right now it's hooked up to my MP3 player, broadcasting YouTube sanctioned music. So I can play this radio with music, and you guys can get an idea what the sound of the speaker sounds like. Now, we understand that you have different speaker systems, but if you look at all my other videos, I do the same thing in each one. You can kind of compare radio to radio that way and give you a general idea of what it's going to sound like when you have it in person. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this on.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Okay, it gives you a general idea how that works. Pretty cool. A little bit of feedback. I had the gain up a little too high on the C Crane. This transmitter, if you're not in the green and this is turned up here, I'll show you there's like input level on the side. If this is in the red zone, Let's see if I can get that in the red zone here. Just turn up this other, and I'll just give you an idea what this is. This will cause feedback on the line. There we go. You can see the red popping in there, and that can become an issue when you're doing certain songs. So I wanted to show you real quick. Let's go ahead and turn that off, and then we'll go to the AM band, see what you can do there. All right, so here we have our band select switch. Side, go to the bottom, go to the bottom of the dial. See the tuning indicator working there as I go there. Let's see, so I'm going to use a CC Pocket here. It's currently 10:05 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time near Chicago, Illinois, to give you an idea of my location. We'll see what we can find tonight on the medium wave band. We'll probably get the big stations, I'm hoping. So I'm going to go ahead and just see where this pocket's at. And turn that down. These quick presets gets me to the bottom of the band real quick. So I'll use this as a guide to try to find stations if we need to. So I'll keep that handy over there. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and turn this on. Now, during the day, it was coming in really good. Very enjoyable sound. This speaker sounds really good. Doesn't sound harsh and tinny at all. Sports sounded good on here. Pretty impressed with it. We do have storms going to the south of us, so we might hear some lightning strikes. And to the east. So this is 530 Brampton, Ontario, 441 miles, 250 watts. Let me get my list out here. This is a pretty far station at low power, so this is kind of neat to pick up on this radio. Tell they got kind of an Indian broadcast going on. This is 540 Jackson, Wisconsin, WAUK. 70 miles away, goes down to 400 watts at night.
Remove that label, come to camp, and just have people believe in them, and for them to be able to be a kid and not suffer for the crime.
This is 560. This is WIND, The Answer, near Chicago, Illinois.
Victims of crimes because they're labeled, and then they don't get the help that they're needed. Through Angel Tree Camp, that's what we're doing, is we're giving them the opportunity to be a kid and to look past their parents' label.
As Christians, as people.
This is interesting. I'm going to see. I think this is 570. I'm going to check with my pocket. Yes, it is. So 570 is WNAX, Yankton, South Dakota. This is kind of a cool find. This is 460 miles away, 5,000 watts. Barely coming in here, but I know it's at. It's easier to hear it on this radio than it is the pocket. Nice. Sounds like we got a ball game going on. Lots of lightning. Comes with the territory. This is probably like 600 WMT Cedar Rapids mixed with another station. Typical at night. Okay, I think this is 630, and I think this is CFCO, so let's just check it with the pocket. Yeah, it is. Okay, so yeah, cool station to find. CFCO, Chatham, Ontario, 310 miles, 6,000 watts. You know, it's not a far station, but it's cool to hear it. Yeah, it's my little lightning detector. I love it. This is WMFN, Peatone, Illinois, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts at night. I do enjoy doing these band scans because it really gives you an idea what these radios can do. And to find this so inexpensive, I'm just pretty excited to own it. Tuning right.
Country legend. It's Super Tuesday with Eddie Stubbs on 650 AM WSM.
Okay, there you go. We got the call letters for WSM, Nashville, Tennessee. 434 miles from me. Pretty cool. It's usually pretty easy to pick up.
.com's 2019 Best Value Brand. Seriously. Visit Honda Certified. It's right for you. With 2.49% APR for well-qualified buyers on select models.
Try to tune with the thumb. Should use the forefinger. This is WSCR, the score, 670.
Right, indeed. We understand that when it comes to hiring, it's important.
Home of the Cubs. Cubs get play on this. Nice.
But sometimes too many good options can be overwhelming. That's why Indeed doesn't just give you access to a large pool of job seekers. We also offer...
These lightning strikes are pretty loud. Exciting. Well, I know some weather chasers out there that watch my channel. But this is definitely further off. 690. This is CKGM, Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles. If you look at the dial, it looks like it's just past 700, so it's not quite accurate, but it's close. Atmosphere not be perfect for this, but we're having fun. This is WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles away, and I'm sure it's going to sound weak like that in the pocket too. Which it does. Do you like the tone of this radio better?
Automatic 4G LTE backup for complete reliability.
I like the sound of that. What else?
Powerful Wi-Fi that keeps your employees connected. And bandwidth you can allocate between your customers and employees.
This is 720 UWGN in Chicago. Nice local station, coming in strong.
Solutions at affordable prices. How about business TV that keeps customers entertained?
Okay.
So way over here we got Zoomer. It's a good fine
Didn't you say
Zoomer.
something about it?
Okay, that music is CFZM Zoomer. We'll just double check with the pocket again. Coming in beautiful. Yeah, so this is CFCM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles away. And always good music at night, so it's a cool station to listen to in my area.
Take the 5,000 out with no issue at all. But if you take any of the other 500, you're causing real problems for yourself.
Okay. And where would this
750. 750 is WSB Atlanta, Georgia. 630 miles away, and we're definitely going to hear lightning in that direction for sure.
Investment house. And I have a list of my favorites on my investment guide at Clark.com.
Okay.
1,000 Polish officers were slaughtered by Stalin's communists.
Okay, this is 760 WJR Detroit. Always got weird things they're talking about, and I don't know how it pertains to us today, but very interesting. I don't listen to it too often, but every time I tune to it, it's always this weird talk radio. 270 miles.
So, when you come to understand that the forces of communism have never gone away, in fact, they are riddled through our government.
Okay, we're barely picking up WABC there on 770. Which is pretty cool. It's New York, New York. That's 750 miles.
The political world that I grew up in.
Is a global company with
There we go.
operations across North America, Central America, and Europe. The company has a proven management team with significant experience in consumer packaged goods and consumer products. Aurora Cannabis has invested over $78 million into
Western Conference Finals. That means the Blues go back to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time since 1970. The Wolves resume their AHL play.
This is local WBBM Chicago, 780.
Tied up in the NBA's Eastern Conference Finals. Raptors 120, Bucks 102. Years later, graduated.
This is on 800 CKLW, and I'm just going to bring a loop in. A Texan AM 200, just to see if it gives some gain in the evening. Put it over here, line it up. Okay, that's as good as I'm going to get. I thought I'd try it. It helps a little bit. That's good. Get a little bit of gain out of it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is 810, I believe. This is WGY, Albany, New York. Yep. So selectivity is pretty decent. I'm pretty surprised. This is 740 miles away. Keep going around with the volume.
This is like a new Cold War. Obviously, this time it's not with Russia, it's with China, and the fight is over technology, 5G networks, and the imposed digital iron curtain. So this is looking pretty cool.
Home projects you've been putting off. So come summertime, you can just sit back and relax. Home Advisor can help get you started. Home Advisor matches you to the right pro for the job in seconds. You can review.
Okay, so I just checked 830. There's nothing coming in at 830. So that's probably why we didn't hear anything on WCCO. But this here is WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, about 300 miles.
Now, before the busy
Coast to coast radio is always on this, which I like to listen to.
the free app.
I'm not going very far. It's too uncomfortable. I'm in a hurry.
Those lightning strikes are crazy. So we're just picking up 860 CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles away. Kind of having a hard time getting a strong signal out of this radio. The sounds are better.
Keeping the coverage you want.
I don't think we're at 870 or 880. Let's try 880.
My plan lowers our premium.
Okay, we're getting just a hint of 880. This is WCBS, New York, New York. 750 miles. Yeah, it's just it might be a bad day to be doing an AM band scan, but we can still have fun, see what we can find, even in bad conditions. This is WGN local Chicago, the high-pitched whine from my camera.
I'm John Batchelor. This is the John Batchelor Show.
Can we get up to 1,000?
Happening that, I think defensively just tonight didn't feel like where we need to be defensively as good as we need to be. So, just reflecting on the game.
This is ESPN 1000, WMVP, Chicago, Illinois.
We're not necessarily Kawhi Leonard centric. I think just
larger community. Well, first of all, if you've graduated, if you have completed and earned a degree at a university
In the area.
you're no victim.
But they're saying that's the problem. It promotes stereotype of victimhood.
So you got 1030 WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles.
Siren Nightside. Steve, can you rationalize?
A long time before Mormons were really given full rights. I mean,
And just below that's 1020, which is KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles.
I mean, to say that we hate them or they're...
I'm going to cruise up to see about 1100.
What have you got planned for today?
I think this is 1100. Seems pretty strong. Check the pocket. So 1100 is, let's get my list here. Second page is WTM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles. This is KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri. This is WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles. This is local 1160 WYL, Chicago. They must be having storms to the south of us, just to the south. We'll look at the band fairly quick here.
Don't know what socialism is, and we should educate them.
See where this is at here.
I'm not denigrating anybody. You're told what something is, and you're told a lie over and over. You start to believe. You've had an hour and a half. I just want people to understand.
Don't know what that is.
Well, I showed it live.
Between two superpowers, China and the United States, and are there any prospects for de-escalation? I mean, we may be setting ourselves up for active cyber warfare, and China is the best documented case of state-sponsored internet suppression we know of, and what is the continued, it's just been continuing over...
Trying to find these stations. This is a local station, I believe, is WMBD, Peoria, Illinois, 135 miles, 5,000 watt tower at night. Really hard to tell where I'm at because looks like I'd be at 1500 by now.
Successful systems to prevent information.
Even though the company strongly disagrees with the council's assessment, the new product will be used to...
Seemingly impossible fitness goal with the Beast Mode playlist on your smartphone. Or focus on making yourself a near-perfect sandwich while listening.
1530 is WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles. Coming in nice.
So now on Spotify, and get music for...
The presidents would talk about the importance of God.
1540 right next to it, KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa.
Favoring our nation. But this is a little different. This is the idea that our system of...
Let's see where it tops out at. Okay, I think it's 1610 there. Let's just double check that. Okay, 1630, nice. So it tops out at KCJJ, Iowa City, Iowa, 175 miles away, 1,000 watts at night, and it's a music station, which I love. Okay, let's do final thoughts. Let me turn this off. This is at the top of the dial. Oh wow, I got another station, hang on. 1650. KZNZ. Waterloo, Iowa. Okay, good. It's like even higher. 210 miles, 1,000 watt tower at night. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this off, do final thoughts. Alright, the Sony ICF-P20. Should this be on one of your collector's list or want list as a radio? Yeah, by all means. This is a great radio. If you're into the analog experience, analog dial, AM, FM. I mean, it's a Japanese import, and you have to deal with the smaller FM band there. But overall, I'm pretty impressed. It seems just as good as this radio here as far as sensitivity goes. I'm really happy. The fact that you can get this cheaper, I know I looked recently and there were a few like too expensive, so don't even bother. This radio here, sometimes the guys want $1 million for this thing. So, you know, I know these were like really cheap when they were new in the stores. So, but yeah, you can get this one and get the same experience. And yeah, why not? And it has a little cooler. I like this color. I like this like holographic thing going on. Looks pretty neat. It's just me. I like that. Alrighty, so cool. there it is, the Sony ICF-P20. I'm a Sony fanboy and I enjoy this radio. Hopefully you got some enjoyment out of this video. If you did, please give me a big like. You guys are awesome. 2, if you're new to the channel and you love Sonys like I do and you love these kind of radios, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon if you haven't already. And 3, of course, comment below what you think about the Sony ICF-P20 all analog radio. Would you buy this or look for something like this versus the newer P26 model, which you've seen me review? So those are just some options out there for people. I personally would prefer this in my pocket versus my P26 just because it has a slimmer profile and it has similar reception. Alrighty guys, well I appreciate you watching. Take care and we'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.